What's up, Cowboys fans? Leslie, YNLive.com. Week 4, Coaches Corner, sponsored by the Baird Brothers. First of all, joined by head coach Chris Amill. Coach, first of all, thanks again for joining us. Week 4, it's hard to believe.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, this year, I said it last week, it's going fast. It's going real fast. It's kind of scary, but we're having fun.
That's all that matters. Keep getting better. And that's the thing, Chris, that there's no doubt this football team is definitely getting better. You go Friday night. We talked last week. You were confident with your kids. You thought you could do some things against Austintown Fitch in probably the best game of the night in our area. You lose a tough one, 21-14. Talk about that game a little bit, Coach.
Overall, I mean, we played good. Just being young, we made some costly mistakes, and special teams, hurt us. They got 3 extra possessions through special teams, an onside kick, 2 fake punts. And that's something that, we got to correct and make sure our guys are ready for. But, I mean, we definitely outplayed them. We were definitely the more physical team. Everything you look at, we had, the turnover battle, yards, everything but the scoreboard at the end of the day.
Yeah, you talk about the game for sure. You did a lot of things well, offensively well. The defense, when you could shut out Austintown Fitch in the first half, Coach, that is an impressive thing to do. Talk about that defense in the first half and how well they played.
It's just discipline. Our guys are sound. Like I said, being young, they're starting to understand it more. A bad snap punt, gave them a short field, at one point. It's just they're starting to understand their assignments. They know their roles. And I don't have guys trying to be Superman anymore. Guys are willing to do their jobs and let everybody else do theirs. And they see it starting to fall into place. But, like I said, once again, just young. And Fitch wouldn't exchange tape with us, so we didn't have any game film. So just kind of going in there blind and so guys really had to key on their reads and their responsibilities. And I think it actually helped us out, that game. And for the next few that we'll be playing too.
With Coach Amill, Coach's Corner, sponsored by Baird Brothers, Week 4. How hard is that when you're young? I know when kids are young and they're playing varsity football or any varsity sport, you do want to play like Superman. You want to be that guy that maybe gets out of place and wants to make that big play. Are you seeing that with the young guys? Are they getting better with that, I guess, is my guess.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are getting better with it. And some of these guys, they were great junior high players. So they feel that they can just come and do the same thing here. Not that guys are bigger, stronger, faster. And there's more concept and reasoning to why offenses or defenses do what they do. So it's trying to get them to understand if this is where you got to be, you be here. Don't worry about everything else. This is your job, and it's different because coming from Mooney, always had that luxury. And programs that been around for several years, they have that luxury of depth and older guys and, not needing to play younger guys. With this being our second year, we have senior leadership, but even those juniors and some of those seniors, this is just their second year in what we're doing in our program and learning our philosophies and where we're supposed to be. So they're still kind of new to it. So it's hard for someone to kind of teach those roles and responsibilities to the younger guys. And we know they're going to be growing pains, but find a way to get the best 11 on the field. If that means, you're in the 8th grade or 9th grade, then so be it. By the end of the year, you're a sophomore. So we just expect you to get better, play better and make plays.
With Coach Amill, Chris, after you watch the film with your kids, after that game, what do you take out of that game going into this week?
The fact that, we were more physical. One thing we heard all week that, they're the more physical team. And, and our guys heard about the running clock and, JV team is going to get a lot of playing time, so for us, I thought that was the first time, not only, it was a team, but at the end of the game, everybody felt the same way. So I think for us, that was a defining moment because you didn't have some guys that were okay with it. Some guys that were pissed and upset, like it was upset that we lost. because they realize, through all the hype and the trash talk and everything else, that we were the better team on the field. And that's something I talk to the guys all the time. The better team doesn't always win. And we have to learn how to win. And I told them that, and that was our coaches. Brandon Dotson told me, at the end of the day, we do have to realize that it's something that you have to learn how to do. Just getting catching the ball and throwing the ball. And we're trying to do it with our younger guys, and it's getting them to understand that. And some of our older guys were able to do it last year, but coming into this year, sometimes we missed a week during 2-a-days, due to testing. They were to make sure our players were tested, and we couldn't practice till everybody's results came back. No scrimmages. So even though we have that experience on both sides of the ball, we move people around. So this is their first time playing a different position. So I mean, it's and they've seen it on film, and they've seen that, we're one block away, we're one mistake away from being actually 2-1, is where we should be sitting, and they see that now. So hopefully that carries over into this week. Been practicing great, just still dealing with the life stuff. The incident with the football player from East, so some of our older guys, they played with them at East. So, they're affected by that. So we have the funeral on Saturday for our football, one of my boys, his brother, and now we're dealing with something else. So, it's just, they're starting to understand, I guess, life, and they're starting to lean on each other more. And those are the things that's going to make a team and bring us together.
Well, yeah, life is not fair. Again, from all of us at YSN, our sympathies to you, obviously, Coach Morrow and East, and all of you at Chaney. But we're with Coach Amill, Coach's Corner. Cardinal Mooney, enough said, right? Week 4. But here's my question for you. Everybody's in the playoffs. We've talked about this. You're a good football team. I don't want to say losing is okay. It's not. But in this type of season, getting better every week is okay. And I think this football team is doing that. First of all, you play Saturday night. Youngstown Cardinal Mooney will have it, ysnlive.com. Has the extra day helped you get prepared for Cardinal Mooney? Because let's be honest, they got some new looks going on over there too.
Yeah, it has. And I think it's helped us more by giving us a day, to say, I don't want to say rest, but just come out and really work on our special teams and get back to the basics that we were doing in August, and just working on, simple things, whether it's steps and technique and bumping off and zone blocking and, fitting on defense and tackling form and things like that, so this extra day gives us a day to kind of ease up on all the contact and the banging, rest our bodies, and just mentally prepare for all the little stuff that we're going to see and all the little stuff that we need to do to get better as a team. Extra day is definitely helping.
Well, that's good. Youngstown Cardinal Mooney, you know him well. Coach Pelini's now the head coach. A lot of change over there. Talk about this year's Mooney football team.
Similar, just the tradition and the guys that they have back and what they do. They're not so much of a zone team that Coach Feckle was. They're more of a power team, down kick. And they're well coached. That's something you're always going to get from Mooney, and you're always going to get a group of guys are hard-nosed and tough guys, and we just got to come out and meet them with that intensity and that physicalness and keep playing, because at the end of the day, even though they're 1-2, they're no different than us. They've had some tough games, and learn how to fight through it, and we're in the same situation. And, like you said, at the end of the day, it's Mooney. The one thing about our guys, they know we should have beat them last year. And my boys just don't care about the mystique of Mooney that you normally hear and you see from other teams. From when I coached there, you walk in and people are like in awe because it's Mooney. Like our kids don't give it. It's 11 guys with a different color uniform. Let's strap it up and go.
All right. So this is your second year going against them. Probably does not get easier to go against all your mater. Been there, done that. There's great memories there for you, I'm sure. And a lot of those guys that are coaching there still. Talk about that a little bit. Do you still have close relationships with some of those guys? You keep an eye on what Cardinal Mooney's doing?
For me, not so much keeping an eye on what they're doing and how they're doing. My focus has been here at Chaney. I'm all in, and I've kind of separated myself for it. But at the end of the day, Mooney helped make me the man I am today. I'll never deny that. The families that looked after me, Coach Butchie, and Mrs. Butchie have always been like another set of parents to me. You have the Rizzi family and the Sardis family. Like, there's so many families, and playing with Coach Fecko and that family taking care of me and all that stuff. So going against them this second time, it's still the same. Like, at the end of the day, is you want to beat them. Like, I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Like, I went to Mooney, and I want these guys to see, like, we ball here too. That, I can have guys that are well coached, and we're building a program here. And for me, I think it's big for the city, for the junior high, kids to see. You don't have to go to Fitch, and you don't have to go to Erston, you don't have to go to Mooney to play good football and do all that. You can do it right here in your own backyard.
Well, that's a great answer. We wish you the best of luck with Coach Amill, Coach's Corner, sponsored by Bear Brothers. We'll have the big one for you, folks. And you know what, Chris? This is a playoff game to me. Two teams that, again, I wouldn't want to play either one in the playoffs. We'll have it Saturday night on ysnlive.com. Week 4, Coach. We do this every week. Your keys to beating Cardinal Mooney.
For us, it's just going to be, like I said, matching their intensity and being physical with them, taking care of the ball. And just, this week it's just going to be playing, smart football. Like I said, at the end of the day, like a couple of those plays against Fitch, not playing smart football is what cost us the game. People say you don't win or lose a game by one play, but,
happens.
One play can cost you a game. And I think you can win or lose a game by 3 or 4 plays. And we made 3 or 4 bad plays and they made them and it cost us the game. So just take care of business on our end. I don't care what they do, as long as we're doing our job and what we're supposed to do, and we are where we're supposed to be, and we're blocking the guys that we're supposed to block. I mean, we'll be fine.
Well, there you go. There you have it, Cowboys fans. Coach Amill, Cardinal Mooney, Chaney, Saturday night, 7 o'clock, ysnlive.com. Coach, best of luck. Go get that first dub, and we'll talk next week.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Coach.